Hello and welcome to the BMB Game of the Week. On one side, we have the 0-17 Mepham Pirates, and on the other, the Long Beach Marines. So we have a fantastic game for you here today. As always, I'm Jake Mano alongside
Lucas Pangankar.
And I'm so excited to see how this game turns out. So for Mepham, there's a lot at stake. Their first win and to get them moving in the right direction. But for Long Beach, we have them on the edge of the playoff run. So what do you think that you're going to have to see from either one of these teams to be successful?
Yeah, as you said, that Mepham Pirates team looking for that first win. Has been a very disappointing season for them so far. Maybe work through the stars. Work through the stars as Ryan Arias and Will Gallagher, who's been showing out for them. Ryan Arias came coming from St. Dom's last year, and you also have Will Gallagher, the returning senior. Work through them and try to find scoring, as their offense has kind of been lackluster this season. It's at 0-17 record. On the other side, you have Long Beach, who is coming off a big win, 7-10 this year, and trying to make that playoff push and keep working there.
Definitely, and I want to go back to a little bit of the Mepham side because I like what you said there. Run through your stars. You have Colin Kohut, who's been out for a lot of the year, but you have a lot of these stars who you really don't know where they're going to be, or you don't know where their position is going to be in this game. But let the people who know how to score take you to the promised land. If someone's going to drop 18, 20 a game, let them have kind of your back. Feed the hot hand, and I think that's kind of the story of the game for Mepham, especially because a lot of these players are new to the team. You have maybe, 5 returning players when a lot of these people are juniors. So even if this season is not exactly what you're expecting, next year you have so much to look forward to.
Yeah, and also with that Mepham team, you're also going through a big coaching change. That's a big new head coach. It's a whole new system these players are working with. As you said, only a couple returning seniors for this team, but you're going with a whole new system, whole new batch of players. It's kind of a transition year for this Pirates going 0-17.
I mean, definitely. And let's talk a little bit about Jamie Adams, because I think he's been phenomenal at what he does. His goal was to come into this program and change the mentality. And although the record doesn't show it, I think he's done that day in and day out. I mean, the words practice, have you play have never meant so much in the Mepham gym. These practices are ruthless. I mean, they want to be the team that is working 10 times harder than their opponent, and they want to be the defensive and aggressive team that each bucket that is going to be scored on them, that other team is going to take at least 15 seconds off that shot clock.
Yeah, and I've got to sit in one of those practices. I was scared even running up and down that court. But yeah, that, as you said, that whole new mentality shift. On the other side, you have this Long Beach team who's playing a 7-10 record, and just on that edge of that playoff, trying to come in and trying to shake up some things there.
Well, as you see them run back to the bench, let's talk a little bit about their 3 keys to the game. So, Lucas, why don't you run us through it?
Yeah, for the Pirates, you got to shoot the ball well. And also that goes with that, get quality shots, find your open man. And on the defensive side of the ball, defend the perimeter. Keep it consistent and defend that perimeter. And that defending the perimeter is going to go into the paint. And that's going to block shots for the Pirates there.
Well, let's look a little bit at 1 and 2, because I think those, while they might look the same, are 2 completely different things. Getting quality shots is one thing. You have to be able to find the open man. You have to be able to fit the pass through. You have to be able to create. But I think shooting the ball well is entirely different, because whether you're going to get those quality shots is on you, but you have to be able to capitalize on every single opportunity that you're going to be given, whether that's a wide open 3 or whether that's a fast break wide open layup. You cannot be missing shots that should be points, and I think that's the story of the game, because this Mepham team has had at least 4 games that if one shot went a different way, maybe it didn't bounce around the rim, or maybe they landed a shot that 9 times out of 10 they're going to be making, maybe they'd be 4-7 or 4 and whatever it is until of their 0-17 record now.
Yeah, as you said, get quality shots and keep working that perimeter for the ball. On the other side, you have that Long Beach side, and they need to keep working in that transition and keep powering that side and just keep working that way.
Well, I think if we had to kind of give keys to the Long Beach team, it'd be 3 things. I mean, play aggressive, be the opposite of what Mepham wants and expecting. The whole thing in basketball is you want to be able to control the pace of play. So if you get Mepham outside of their comfort zone, I think they're going to struggle with that a lot. So if you're Brady Shush, if you're one of these top players, you want to be able to force Mepham into uncomfortable situations, and I think that comes and starts right on the transition. As soon as you get a rebound, because it's not easy to get a rebound on this Mepham team, so as soon as you get a rebound, run. All 3 of your guards, some of your forwards, even your center, if it's not him who comes down with the board, run to the opposing court and get set early. Because there's going to be a 4-on-3 situation, 5-on-4 situation. That's how you're going to score easy buckets, where not only are you going to tire Mepham out, but you're going to conserve your energy.
Yeah, for that Mepham side of the ball, you said you got to play through those stars. Use them also in the transition game. You have Colin Cohen, who has been injured for most of the season, who's returning as your point guard for the Mepham Pirates tonight, and maybe he can create those spaces and create those quality shots for this Pirates team, and work that way. You use Colin Cole at the point guard. Use him to find your scorers like Ryan Arias, Will Gallagher, etc. Use Andrew Graff in the paint, who has been a phenomenal rebounder for the Pirates.
I mean, definitely, he's been a starter every single game, and I think it's really, really interesting to see is that it's been a pretty much similar starting lineup on both sides of the ball. I mean, Long Beach, they've had their same 5 guys out the entire team. But on Mepham's side, it's been a little bit of a rockier story. I mean, I don't think you can name 3 players on this team who have not been injured at one point or another. There was games where they were rolling out with an entirely new lineup or maybe one returning player. So it's a lot of different stories on each side of the ball, and I think that's going to be really who's going to be more comfortable today.
Yeah, those injuries have been prolonging for the Pirates. You have Arias, who's been out with a shoulder injury most of the year. As we said before, Colin also been out with injury. Also, Gallagher's been out with injury. The injuries are just keep piling up for this Pirates team, and that's just going against them. Even with that maybe transition season for the Pirates, even with that, this injuries has been piling up and showing that 0-17 record.
Well, looks like it might be a battle. As we get ready for game time, we're going to send it down to Jared and Nikki in the booth.
Both teams have broken their huddles as we're getting ready for tip-off here, which will be between Shoe of Long Beach and Sanderson of the Pirates. As starters for the Marines, we have Shoe, Burns, Breimer, Warner, and Hayes. And for the Pirates, it's Kohut, Gozard, Arias, Seligman, Sanderson. Refs making sure everyone's ready. As 8 minutes on the clock, and the ball is up and underway as Shoe tips it back there to Hayes. As it's Hayes now with it, guarded by Seligman. Hayes drives, kicks it out to Warner. Warner to Hayes. Hayes now for 3. No good there, rebounded by Sanderson. Sanderson to Arias. Arias now drives. No good there. Sanderson with the putback and rebounded by Shoe. Shoe to Hayes. Hayes now up to Bleimer as a 3 there is no good there and rebounded by Kohut. Kohut moving fast. Looking for the opening. It's Kohut to Arias. Arias with a full shot clock. Arias back to Kohut. Kohut. Seligman takes the shot, hits a cutting Kohut, and Kohut off the mark there as it'll be out of bounds off of Sanderson's hand. As an inbound here by Burns to Warner, back to Burns. Burns still with it, drives as they'll call a foul on the Pirates. Pirates just getting a little too aggressive there as that'll be Pirates' first foul of the game, that one on Gozard. As Hayes now inbounds it. As it's Burns now. To Shoe, back to Burns. Burns to Shoe, 3, off the mark. Seligman pushing it. Seligman now to Gozard, back to Seligman. Seligman for 3 is good as the Pirates are able to get on the board. Great shot there by Seligman. As it's Burns now with it. As it's Warner. Down low to Hayes. Kicks it out. As it's Warner. Up, rolls off, rebounded by Shoe. Blocked by Sanderson, and Gozard gets that ball away. Gozard in transition. Seligman calls for it. He gets it. Arias now. Arias. Pass tipped by the Marines as it's Arias to an open Gozard. Kohut drives. Thought there was a foul there. Doesn't get it. Rebounded by Burns. Burns, still 3-0 here. Burns guarded tightly by Kohut. Great play there by Kohut, not able to keep it in. But very tight defense by Kohut, able to stick with the speedy Burns. as it'll be Hayes inbounding in front of the loud Mepham bench. As it's Shu, no good there, rebounded by Sanderson. Over to Kohut. Kohut to Alias. Alias for three. Off the rim as Sanderson not able to get that, as it'll be Warner. Transition there, it's up by Blymer, no good, rebounded by Shu, and one. Brody Shu with a fabulous play there. Just the star player of this team. 21 points last game, 17 for the year per game, 23rd in the conference, as he looks to tie it up here as he makes a big shot through the contacts, up by shooting, no good, rebounded by Burns, and good. Great offensive rebound by the Marines to give him the lead. As it's Kohut looking for the play, guarded by Burns. Kohut doubled, keeps it, as it's stolen by Burns. Burns in the transition and scores. Fabulous play there by Burns on Kohut. As it's Arias, over to Kohut. Kohut being doubled. Marines run the full court press as it's Seligman. Gazard now for three. Off the mark, Sanderson. Up. No good. Rebounded by Warner. Alias down with it now. Alias, as there's a timeout there called by Coach Adams. As Adams just saw Alias in no situation there after he got that good rebound, after he was able to steal it back on the ground. Marines up 6-3 here.
Marines have just really been able to just have those quick transitions that they need to have, that great defense and just be all over the ball. And then also they can get on the offensive end and just get the ball to each other and get it to be able to score.
Yeah, just so far, 6 points for this Marines team, and it's scored by all of their key players. Jamal Burns and Shu, who's carried the load together last game, as we have a first substitution here, as it'll be Burns coming in the game for Warner. As a little confusion by the refs here, as it was Pirates ball when that timeout was called, and the ref awarded it to the wrong team. As it's Arias to Kohut down low with the little flip in, and Kohut gets his first points of the game. 6-5 Marines. And now it's Jelon Burns. Over to his brother Jamal. As it's Burns pushing through. Pirates thought there was a travel, but Jamal just pushes through and picks up another bucket. As it's Kohut now. Kohut to Gazard. Gazard to Seligman. Seligman to Gazard. Gazard to Arias. Arias up, and it's good. Good fadeaway there by Arias to make it 8-7. As it's Jamal now. Jamal guarded by Gazard. Good move there over to his brother, who will be out of bounds. As the Pirates will have their first substitution, as Adams will be checking in for Gazard.
Here we watch as Arias scores that great point. He really got in the paint and was able to just use that as an opportunity to score there.
As it's Kohut looking for an open man, hits Arias in stride. Stolen away, and a great play by Burns. As it's now Hayes with it. Hayes drives as it's blocked away. Strong defensive play there by Sanderson, able to come away with his second block of the game. Just Sanderson making his presence known down low. As now it's Burns to Hayes, and the corner for three is good. As Hayes picks up the threes, it's Adams now to Arias, to Kohut, who's doubled. Back to Adams, to Kohut. Pirates getting close, as Kohut will be fouled there.
The Marines are really using that double defense on Kohut, really just make sure that he can't get a pass off and he can't have an opportunity to score there.
Yeah, very tough full court press there, as that'll be a foul. And there's just a replay of Sanderson making his presence known. As it's Adams, just an errant pass there, as it's Burns to Burns, stolen by Kohut. Kohut doubled, as it'll be out of bounds, tipped off of the Marines. Adams inbounding it, 11-7 Marines. 3:17 left to go in the first quarter. Adams to Seligman. Seligman hits Kohut. Kohut to Arias in the corner. As it's Adams now, 3 is good as Adams is fired up after that big 3. The JV call up with an early first bucket as it's Burns with it. Burns drives and blocked by Adams. Adams making plays on both sides of the ball. And that one will be out of bounds off of Burns. As it'll be Gallagher and Graff checking in. And here's just a replay of that Adams 3 and just how fired up he was to make it a 1-point game. As it's Adams, full court press. Just showing all their defense out and early, the Marines. Full that full court press and pushing a double. As it's Adams. Adams gets it into Arias. Arias, pass tipped, gets to Gallagher. Gallagher tiptoes the line. Hits Arias. Arias drives. No good there. Rebounded by Hayes. Hayes to Burns. Burns to Burns. As it's Shu there. As that'll be an offensive foul. As Burns will be called for the push on Adams. As Michelle will be checking in for Kohut. 2:28 left. 1-point game here. Gallagher, Graff, Michelle, Adams, and Arias on the court here for the Pirates. As it's Gallagher to Michelle. Doubled by Shu and Burns. Stolen by Burns. No good there by Burns. Rebounded again by Burns and good. 13-10 Marines. Adams to Arias. Arias hits Graff. Graff is fouled there on the back as he'll shoot the Pirates' first 2 free throws of this early game.
The Pirates seem to be trying to catch the Marines off guard. They're like trying to just get into the offensive side before they can get back on defense.
Yeah, as the Graff getting ready for his first one. Graff's first one is up and good as he's averaging 4.4 points per game. Just a very strong player on this team, the senior. And here's just a replay of just a fabulous play by Burns and just the Marines being resilient and fighting for that rebound and getting those points. As Graff able to score and make it another 1-point game. As it's Burns. Still with it. As the Pirates look to have another check-in going. That one's up and no good there. No good again as it's rebounded by Arias in transition. Arias to Graff. Graff with the fake to Michelle. Gallagher, open 3. No good, rebounded by Burns. Burns with a minute 40. As Burns slows it down now. Drives right to the paint. Hits Hayes. Hayes, floater. No good there as it'll be out of bounds on Pirates ball. As it's Adams. Gets it into Gallagher. Gallagher has done nearly another steal there by Burns. Just Jamar Burns, very, very, very aggressive here, making play after play. Just the Burns brother, a strong defensive duo, making those tight plays. As it's Adams in the Graff. Graff, back to Adams. Adams throws it right off a Marine as it'll be out of bounds. As it'll be Pirates ball here at about the mid-court line. As it's Adams in the Michelle. Michelle to Alias. Alias with it. Down low. Stolen by Hayes. Mid-8 left. As it'll be Warner checking back in for the Marines next stoppage. As it's Shu drives. And it'll be an offensive foul for the Hook. As Shu with the hook there on Adams. And Adams just looking really impressive. It'll be Warner coming in for Shu. 13-12. Alias to Michelle. Michelle with 59. Michelle to Adams. Adams to Graff. Graff down low, hits Alias, who scores. Good play drawn up there by the Pirates to get Alias another bucket. As it's Burns to Warner. Back to Burns. Drives. No good. Rebounded by Graff. As Graff will be tackled there as a foul on the Marines. As here it is. 29 seconds left. Graff going to the line. As Alias will be subbed out after the first one for McQuillan. As Pirates now up 14-13. First one by Graff, up and no good. As it's McQuillan checking in for Alias now. Graff getting ready for his second free throw, trying to split him here. As Graff's second one is up and no good. As Graff misses a pair. McQuillan fights for the rebound as the Pirates will get the jump ball and it'll stay with the Pirates. Great play there by McQuillan. As well as substitution, it'll be Kapelner coming in the game for Hayes. As it's McQuillan now. McQuillan drives. Not able to get that one to go as Gallagher tries to get the putback as it's no good. As it's Shu and Hayes coming in for Warner and Nunez. As Hayes will be inbounding it here. 19 seconds left, so shot clock off. Last shot of the quarter for the Marines. Hayes with it. Time winding down. Hayes now into the front court with 10. Off the top guard by Adams. As it's Hayes. Drives. Kicks to Shu. Shu for three. No good there. Rebounded by Burns. Up and no good there. At the end of the first quarter, the Pirates up 14-13 as the Pirates are looking for their first win of the year and a great way to start this game.
Yeah, the Pirates are just being really aggressive and just doing everything they can to just increase those scoring opportunities and really just work together.
Yeah, just Alias is looking strong down low, able to make those plays after plays. As now we're going to send it over to Haley Gardner.
Thanks, guys. I'm down here on the court where first quarter just happened. It's 14-13 Mepham right now. They're working on super hard defense. I mean, it's been a crazy game so far, super close. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a crazy first quarter. But that's all for me. Sending it back to you guys for our second quarter.
I'm up in high school. I'm Lucas Pankar alongside Jared Broxmeyer. And in that first quarter, you saw that bit of more aggressiveness out of this Pirates team. They're just working there, working the aggressiveness. You're going to see that on this replay. You see in that corner closeout by Will Gallagher. That's going to go in and out.
Yeah,
and
just the Pirates looking strong, but also the Marines. You've seen what they've tried to do in that first quarter when guys like Kohut, Michelle, and plenty of other players touch that ball. They just converge on them with that full court press and try and trap them.
Yeah, a little weird, unconventional starting lineup for this Pirates, running a lot of those juniors and sophomores opposed to those seniors that are running now.
As in now it's Burns in. Burns with it. Guarded by Adams. As it's tipped by Adams able to get the steal as Graf now to McQuillan. McQuillan to Adams. Adams over to Michelle. Michelle to McQuillan. McQuillan to Graf. Graf makes the shot. Michelle up and no good there. Rebounded by Bones. Bones going the other way.
Yeah, big possession here for the Long Beach Marines. Trying to get something going.
As it's Hayes. Guarded by McQuillan. No good there. Rebounded by Adams. Adams to Michelle. Michelle. Drives, tries to get baseline. Back to Graf. Graf fakes the shot. Graf over to Adams. Adams to McQuillan. McQuillan now with 20 on the shot clock. McQuillan doubled. Hand over to Michelle. Michelle. Weaves through, hits it open to Adams. 3 is good. Adams through the contact, his second 3 of the game.
Yeah, Adams, big shot there for the Pirates. Through the contact, Adams just goes up and makes a great 3 there. 16-13 Pirates.
As it's Bones now to Shoe. Shoe. Guarded tightly by Graf. 20 on the clock. As it's Bones. 3 there by the Marines is good as Breimer able to get on the board. As it's Michelle to Adams, not paying attention, able to corral it though. Adams again is good as Adams calls glass and he's feeling it.
Adams
9 early points for the sophomore Adams.
The sophomore Adams on fire tonight so far.
As it's Bones. Over now. Bones still with it. Bones to Bleimer for 3. Matches Adams. As both teams exchange 3s. As it's Adams. Drives. Stolen away there. As he loses it. As now it's Shoe. Shoe to Bleimer. Pirates getting their substitutions ready. As it's Bleimer over to Hayes. Hayes through the contact is good to give the Marines the lead again.
Yeah, great job there by Hayes going up with the contact and just getting a great buck up there, going up by 2.
As Michelle will be blocked there. Fast break here. Hayes not able to corral the pass, gets it back as Hayes falls out of bounds, and they'll say his foot was out as he tried to throw it off a Pirate.
Yeah, great double team there by McQuillan and Adams, just using both of their bodies. You're gonna see in that replay. Adams with their big 3, and that's just gonna be a huge 3 for them.
As it'll be Alias and Seligman coming back into the game for Adams and McQuillan. As Michelle goes down, timeout called by Coach Adams.
Yeah, Coach Adams trying to call a timeout there, and he does get it. That's going to be Seligman passing it in here.
And the Pirates had the arrow there. Coach Adams was not awarded that timeout there. As a double again by the Marines. Nothing there. Graf can't find anything. That time Coach Adams is awarded the timeout as Graf just looked trapped.
Yeah, so Jared, you're going to go in here in the second quarter. Way more of an aggressive play here by this Pirates. You haven't seen this all year. Who has been a lackluster season for this Pirates season offensively, coming back in great strides there for this Pirates team. And you're going to see in that replay, Adams, who has been on fire tonight, who's made three of his threes. You can see that first one there. And you see Michelle, who also been on fire tonight.
Yeah, just a very impressive game so far by the JV call-up. Like, you don't expect this from the sophomore, who you just call up from JV. He's got majority of your points. And if you're the Pirates here, you just got to ride the hot hand.
Yeah, on the other side, you have the Marines, his Breimer has been on fire tonight, who has made both of his threes, and he's kind of propelled them into this lead going in here in the second quarter.
Yeah, very interesting. Here's just a replay of a great play there by Hayes, able to go through the contact. But a big thing is Shu, one of the top players out there, the leader of this team, has so far 2 points on the night. Just not the start the Marines expected from him, as it's Gallagher into Michelle. Michelle, guarded by Buns and doubled. Michelle looks for the opening, hits Arias. Arias drives through contact, stolen away by Bones. Bones now driving. Bones up as it'll be losing control there. But it'll be a foul on the Pirates.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough call there for Michelle, as he's going to get called in for the reach-in here. That's going to be a Long Beach throw-in.
Yeah, as it's Michelle's first of the game, as it's Hayes in the shoe. Shoe through contact, gets another bucket.
Yeah, Shu using his body there. Just gets another bucket, another steal here.
As Michelle thought he had an amazing block there, but they say he got body first on that one. And that'll be Michelle's second foul of the game. Michelle a little confused on that call as we shoot back to the line as he's shooting 1 of 2 so far from the line with 3 points on the game.
Yeah, just a great chain of events there. You see that Shu get the steal, and then he's gonna get the big. Michelle's gonna get the big block there, but
First
it's not gonna
one no good by Shu as Kohut will come back into the game as Michelle picked up 2 quick fouls.
You're gonna see a replay on that. It's gonna be a big bucket there by Shu.
As Shu 1 of 3 from the line, looking to make it 2 of 4 right now and increase the lead for the Marines. It's good there. Marines up by 5. As Kohut takes a hard fall there, as there will be a foul called. As Kohut will be down for a little there after that push in the back, as that'll be first foul for Burns.
That's not going to be good there for the Pirates. That's one of your star players there. It's your star point guard.
As it looks like Kohut's feeling that fall in his knee, so that could be something to keep an eye out for the rest of this game. As it's Alice in the Kohut. Kohut doubled. Errant pass there. Alice able to fight for it back as it's Alice over in the corner for Seligman. Seligman for 3. Off the side of the backboard. Grab back by Seligman. Graff now. Over to Gallagher. Gallagher step back 3 is good. Hell of a shot there by Gallagher.
Yeah,
just a great shot there as Gallagher's able to make that smooth step back as it's Burns now. Over to Hayes. Hayes to Blymer. Blymer. Over to Hayes. Hayes, Arias fights for it as that'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, it's a big fight there by Arias. Trying to keep the ball in the Mepham possession. Does not work his way, though.
As it'll be Hayes inbounding it here.
You're going to see in that replay there, Will Gallagher with that step back 3, and that's just money.
Yeah, just the Pirates looking very strong from outside the arc tonight. Burns now with it. 13 on the shot clock as it's Burns over to Hayes. Hayes to Shu. 9 on the shot clock now. Burns, 3. Off the mark, Arias tips it up, but no Pirates in sight as Arias tried to start a fast break. No Pirates there as it'll be Marines ball, 3:45 till the half.
Yes, a big mistake there by Arias, trying to start a fast break. Doesn't go his way, and that's going to go right back in the hands of Burns.
As it's Burns with the ball, Gazard getting ready to check in for the Pirates as it's Hayes. Hayes guarded by Kohut. Kohut able to stick with the bigger man, and that one's up and good. Big shot there by Blymer as he's able to hit his 3rd.
Yeah, so Brymer with his 3rd of the night has been firing the deep of the arc. Both teams has been looked good right on the outside of the arc.
As it's Arias, Pirates down 5. Arias gets called for a double dribble as nothing there, as Shu able to play very tight defense to force that double dribble.
Yeah, and that can maybe spark a little lead here for the Marines here of the 2 mistakes there by the Pirates, both being by the Arias.
As it's Gazard in for Gallagher. Bones now with it, over to Shu. Shooter guarded by Graff. Shu had Blymer open, but Shu takes it himself. As Shu's now got 5 on the night. As Arias with the snag off his hand. As Shu, another bucket, 7, as it's a 4 run by Shu. Seligman now fakes the shot to Arias now, as it's up, grabbed by Arias. Arias up through the contact, not able to get it to go, as it'll be Arias going to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 big free throws here for the Pirates. You're going to see in this replay, Shu trying to make it maybe go for that dunk and just doesn't get it, but thankfully makes the bucket.
Yes, it's Arias going on the line here for the Pirates. One of the strong players on this team. Made 26 free throws on the year. 16 three-pointers and averaging 10.5 a game. And the first one is no good there, as we have Nunez coming back into the game for the Marines. Arias' second one is good there. 8-point game here, as it's Burns now with it. Burns. Guarded by Kohut. Shu sets the pick and rolls. As it's in the corner, Marines bounces off a couple times, but Hayes gets it to roll in.
Just bouncing off the rim, and that's going to be a miraculous catch there by Grizzard.
As it's Seligman now, as Seligman gets called for a travel. Just the last few possessions for the Pirates, costly mistakes. Those double dribbles and travels, as it'll be Adams coming in for Graff. Can Adams stay hot from three like he was when he left? As it's Burns with it. Burns. Guarded, as it's a pick by Hayes. Kohut trying to fight through it. As it's Shu. Shu. As it'll be out of bounds there. But Burns makes it after. No good, though, after the out of bounds by the Marines.
Yeah, you're going to see in this replay there, it's going to be by Hayes. That three-pointer is just bouncing off the rim multiple times. It's going to finally go in.
As it's Kohut to Arias. Arias to Grizzard. Grizzard to Adams. Adams to Kohut. Kohut with it now. 20 on the shot clock. Kohut to Adams. Adams to Seligman. Seligman three. No good there. Arias goes for a punch. Kohut trying to save it again. Not able to keep it in, as another empty possession by the Pirates.
Yeah, the Pirates have kept it close in the beginning of the second quarter and just kind of diverting away from that side of the ball.
As it's Bones now with it. Burns. Stolen by Kohut. Kohut in transition. Kohut on the fast break. Gets it tipped away. Grizzard goes down. And stolen by Hayes. Burns. Hayes now with it up and good. As Hayes with a fast break bucket. As the Marines capitalize off a good defense. And that one will go out of bounds off of the Marines. Just the Marines looking very strong on the defensive end.
Yeah, Hayes has been on fire tonight for the Marines, who has made that three earlier in the game and makes that two there and gets to stop there on defense.
As it's Kohut looking to feed it back to Adams, but it'll go out of bounds. As it's Gallagher checking back in for Grizzard here.
And you see in that replay there, Hayes in transition is going to get an easy layup there for the Marines.
As it's Adams to Kohut. Kohut gets into the front court. Kohut to Seligman. Seligman to Arias. Adams calling for the ball. Arias blocked right back at him by Shu, as it'll be off of Arias' hand. So a great play there by Shu with the block. Able to hit it off of Arias again to win the Marines the defensive stop again.
Yeah, Shu with a great block there for the Marine. Just stuffs Arias.
Burns now with 35 on the game clock. Burns to Hayes. Hayes to Burns. Burns to Shu. Maybe got away with a push there, but able to get another bucket. And that's now 8 for Shu. Stolen by Burns, and he scores again. Tight defense there, as a 17-point lead has opened up. Seligman to Arias. To Gallagher for three. Trying to cool down the Marines, as it's Burns. Burns to Hayes. Hayes, three. No good at the buzzer, and at the half, Marines up 40-23.
Yeah, and as we've seen so far in that second quarter, we have kept it close in the beginning of the second quarter, and the Marines kind of drew away from that and tried to pull it away from into this game. And as you're going to see going forward, this Pirates team has to tighten up on that offensive side of the ball. They've let a lot of those possessions away on that inbound pass.
Yeah, just Shu very strong, picking up those last few points. Shu now up to 8, Blymer 9, and Hayes. As now we're going to send it over to Haley Gardner.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Coach Martin, the boys Long Beach varsity basketball coach. So you guys have been doing great in the first half. What is something that's been working well for you guys on the court?
Well, the pressure defense is causing out a lot of turnovers, and we're going to probably keep that up in the second half. It's getting us some easy baskets.
I mean, it's been a very competitive game tonight with the first quarter. You guys are going head-to-head. What is something you're going to tell the boys in the huddle just to get them ready for the second half?
I want to make sure that they box out well and keep them off the glass, and then get back when they do beat the press, because they had a few opportunities there, and we got to try and cut those down.
Well, as always, good luck in the second half, Coach. That's all from me. I'm Haley Gardner, sending it back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Haley, and thank you, Coach. What a first half it has been. A little bit of a rocky second quarter for both teams, but I think let's talk about that first quarter, because that was really something to pay attention to. Mepham, for one of the first times, were leading a game for the entirety of the first quarter. It was 21-17 entering the second. So what did you see from Mepham that went well?
I think they were really just like working together and trying to find the open pass. They were like, Long Beach had a really strong defense on them, but they were just really trying to work around it and do whatever they could to like find that open man and just, you know, use all their opportunities for them to just drive to the net.
Definitely. I think the opportunities is a big thing. I think they capitalized on almost every play that they were given on the defensive and offensive end. I think they turned their defensive plays into offensive points, and I think that's what we haven't seen from them much this season. So I think that was nice to see. I think on the offensive side, I mean, you can see it right here. You just have to take care of the ball. And for Long Beach, that's been on the perimeter and in the paint. They've been doing it all over.
Yeah, definitely. I think they were just really strong offensively and defensively. I think they were just really good all around, and they were just using all their strong scorers and top scorers to just really take advantage of the way that, yeah. And their defense there too.
I mean, as much as we just talked about Mepham, I think turning defensive plays into offensive points was the name of the game for Long Beach.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had 6 turnovers so far. They've forced Mepham to be so uncomfortable, and that is so tough to do. So I think whether it's blocks, whether it's steals, whether it's just maybe a dumb turnover that's never going to happen in most cases, but it's going to happen today.
Yeah.
And I think those simple layups have turned this game from being maybe a 4-point game in either favor to it's now a 17-point game, and I think we have to give them credit for that.
Yeah, definitely. I think they were just really trying to take the ball whenever they could. They were like forcing the steals, like you said, and really even like doing whatever they had to do to get the ball, and just then they were able to just quickly transition and turn that into something on the offensive end.
Absolutely. It is a fast-paced game that the Marines play, and you see it time in and time again. It has been a fantastic game for both sides so far. It is, especially on the perimeter. I mean, let's talk about that. So far, everyone has been shooting the ball well.
Yeah, they were really just using anyone that they could to just get the ball to everyone, and yeah.
I mean, definitely. Will Gallagher has hit some of his own. Ayers, who has never been the biggest three-point shooter consistently day in and day out, has been incredible today. And you can see it every single play. He's hit 2 so far. He's been fired up. Ayers has a nice pass out to Gallagher for the corner 3. It has been just so fun to watch.
Yeah, they're really using that like open person on the side to just do whatever they could, get it to anyone that they really trust to get that 3 in, and just use everyone to their advantage.
And definitely, I think the big thing is feed the hot hand. And I think maybe someone you would not necessarily kind of like predict or bet on to score 10 points in the first half has been doing that. I mean, some of these players are 4 for 4 in the day. Some of them are 5 for 6, whatever it may be. They've been very, very, very consistent and efficient with the ball.
Yeah.
And that's not something that you see from a lot of high school basketball teams.
Yeah, I think it's especially interesting that they started with like an all-junior lineup, because that's not something that like they're usually used to, and I think especially with the injuries, they were kind of forced to switch up who they were starting and everything, and I think that's just really caused, like you said, like those new players or those players that you wouldn't expect to get those high scores to just really have that opportunity to do so.
Definitely. At this point, you're looking forward into next year and beyond. And some of these juniors, like you see here, they have chemistry. Braden Seligman is going to hit that three there. These players are going to be on the court next year all together in the same system too. So them already knowing how to play together, Ayers being one of the superstars already, I mean, it's going to be really, really fun to watch, although I won't be here for it. It's going to be cool to see how they transition from an 0-17 season now to, who knows, maybe a playoff team next year with how they develop.
Yeah, I think it's especially important that they're getting used to it now, and just even though they have their seniors there who could play in and like sub in when they need them to, they're just really getting used to each other now and playing against these tough teams in a position where they're 0-17 is just really important.
Yeah, I mean, not only is this kind of a new team and a new coach, but it's a new system entirely. Coach Adams doesn't run the same plays that they ran last year. And although it's not exactly a returning team last year, it's not every 13 player is new. So there's a lot of people who had to learn a new system, had to learn how to pass the ball more, had to learn the conditioning that Coach Adams praises. And I think that has been something that's been a little bit different for a lot of these boys. And it's kind of that mentality and just that kind of way of basketball that has been a shift.
I think over the course of the season, though, I think they've been really working to change the way that they've been learning to play and just put in the work in practice and just take what they've been doing in practice just to the games. And I think if they keep on trying to do that, I think they'll be successful at some point.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Adams after his first game of the season, and he said, no matter what the outcome is, we want to win every day, but the whole goal of high school basketball is to get 1% better each day. Whether that means 1% better on the court or off the court, these boys are constantly improving in everything you do, and I think you see that every single time they step in the court together.
Yeah, definitely. I think that just the fact that especially the juniors, they're really, and even the younger ones like Adams, and just all of them, they're just working together and just getting a little bit better each day, and I think that could really help them this year and for next year.
Definitely. As we're getting close to game action, I have one last question for you. On Mepham's side and on Long Beach's side, what do you think is their one key to victory? If they do this one thing, maybe as a team or as a specific part, then you think they're going to be able to finish out the second half strong?
I think for Long Beach, just keeping consistent to what they're doing with the steals and just turnovers and forcing those turnovers and just playing really aggressively and stealing and just using that to their advantage on the offensive side. And then Mepham, I think, just being ready for that and just being ready to play more of an aggressive defense and just be ready for anything that they have on the offensive end.
Absolutely. Be ready to counterattack any single kind of attack that comes their way, because the Marines are going to pull some tricky stuff out of their sleeve, and I don't think that Mepham is necessarily ready for it, but I guess only time will tell.
Thanks, guys. Coach Adams, the boys varsity Mepham basketball coach. So you guys have had a little iffy first half. I mean, it's been a very hard game for you guys. What did you tell the boys in the huddle to get them hyped for the second half?
We just got to be playing more confidently. I feel like sometimes we've got our heads down and we're not just rely on what we work on every day in practice. Just do that. We don't have to do anything special. Just, execute what we do well.
I mean, it's been an iffy first half, because it's just a very hard team to beat. How are you guys feeling for the next half of the season for playoffs?
Well, I don't think we will be playing in the playoffs this year, but we got to play one possession at a time. That's what it comes down to. One possession at a time, short memory, go to the next play.
I mean, never say never. You never know. You can have a comeback, but good luck in the second half, Coach. I'm Haley Gardner, sending it back to our sportscasters for your third half.
Hello and welcome back. To Mepham High School. We had a great first half for you here. And Jared, what do you see out of that first half for the Pirates?
Yeah, I just saw the Pirates. They were getting a little flustered when the Marines were running those double teams at them. And they just need to get back to their basics and just, if I'm the Pirates, just feed Adams. He still has not missed a three. He's 3 of 3 from 3. 9 big points for this Pirates team.
Yeah, run through your hot hand on that Pirates side. On this side, you had the Marines who are up 40 to 23 in this game. You have Shu and Hayes, who have also been star players for this team, and maybe run through them and try to get a couple opportunities for them.
Yeah, as both teams getting ready to break their huddles and start this second half.
You're going to have Hayes inbounding here to Burns.
As we have this second half getting underway as it's Hayes to Burns.
Now Burns here, guarded by Kohut. Burns trying to find the open man. Finds the other Burns. Burns with a big three there, and that's going to go in. Burns hits it from downtown.
Yeah, just a great shot there by Burns and hitting a little shimmy, just showing how strong he is from deep.
That's going to be a mistake there by the Pirates, by Arias, trying to inbound it there to Kohut, and that's going to be blocked out there by Shu. Shu, the big body there. She's playing big defense for the Marines. Kohut here. Big screen by Grizzard. Kohut trying to find an open man. Cork out by Burns. Burns with a great steal there. Arias guarded by Shu, and Shu's going to get called for the foul there.
Yeah, just Shu trying to make sure he can keep Arias in front of him and gets called for that grab, but that'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's going to be inbounded there by Kohut. Sanderson with the grab. Arias with the pull from the J. And that's going to be in. Arias with a great job there from the line.
Yeah, good shot there for Arias, as Arias now is up to 8 points on the game.
Yeah, the Mepham leading scorer there has had a great game so far tonight. It's going to be Burns there, out to Hayes. Guarded by Sanderson. Burns with a deep three, and that's not going to go. Rebounded back by Burns. Burns to Burns. I've been saying that a lot tonight. And that's going to be out of bounds there, going Marines' way.
Yeah, just the Burns duo has been strong on all sides of the ball. Offense, defense, they're the leaders of this double team. And there's just a replay. The Arias with that nice fadeaway there for the 2 points.
Hayes, deep pass there back to Burns. We're kind of trying to have a reset there. Screen by Oren. That's going to be back out to Burns. And that's going to be a blocking foul by the Pirates there. And that's going to be number 10, Mikey Grizzard.
As they'll say, Grizzard did not set his feet there to draw that charge. As for it will be a block.
Great inbound pass there by Shu. Shu gets the bucket there for the Marines. Tipping, and finally goes in.
Yeah, Shu's now up to 13 on the night, and Pirates moving fast.
And that's going to be a great steal there by Hayes. Hayes coming up the court, guarded by Arias. Hayes trying to find the open man, backing down Arias. Finds Oren. Oren with a great shot. That's not going to go. Shu with another great rebound. Shu triple teamed. And he's going to get his rebound again. And that's finally going to go Shu. The big body off the glass, gets his own rebound and gets another shot.
Yeah, just a fabulous play there by Shu, as Hayes nearly had that steal.
And Arias with a great shot. Open look, but doesn't go. And Burns with a rebound. These rebounding for the Marines has been great so far coming into the third quarter. Burns. Burns here, guarded by Grizzard. Out to the Burns, guarded by Chase. Takes a big block, and that's not going to go. And this rebounding keeps going here for the Marines, and they get their own rebound. See Burns over to Hayes. Hayes working in the paint, and that's not going to go. It's be stolen by Burns, and he's going to get an easy layup there for the Marines.
As just nothing but Marines this defensive game. Rebounding, steals, even in just these 2 minutes and 16 seconds, they're just looking like the stronger team on the offensive and defensive end of the ball.
Yeah, it's been a strong outing there for this Marines defense. You're going to see that steal by the Burns. He's going to get his own steal there and get his own bucket there.
Yeah, as Burns has also looked very strong for this team, as Burns with 11 now on the game.
Yeah, it's been a great night for the Marines on that side of the ball. And on the other side of the ball, you have those Pirates who have got it tightened up on that offense side of the ball, on those inbounds. You've seen the Marines on that full court press there, just working that. You got to tighten up and find your open man. There's always going to be one guy open. Try to find that guy.
Yeah, that full court press has just worked ever since they started trying it since tip-off. We'll have a few substitutions here for the Marines as McCartney will be coming into the game here. And the Pirates still talking it over in the huddle. Down by 24 here, getting late in this game.
Yeah, trying to make a big comeback here. Hopefully we see it here. It'd be another great game here on the BB game of the week.
As the Pirates break their huddle with the same 5 out on the court.
You got Arias, Kohut, Seligman, Grizzard, and Sanderson. And that's going to be Kohut here. Guarded by Burns. And that's going to be passed over to Seligman. Seligman can't get it first, but gets it again. Sanderson, the big center there. It's going to be Kohut trying to find an open look, trying to find an open man. Finds Arias. Arias trying to create good shots here for this team. Finds Grizzard in the corner, and that's not going to go. Hayes over to Burns. Burns over to McCartney. Finds Burns again, trying to slow the game down here for the Marines. Gets a block there by Nunez. McCartney here. Back over to Burns. Burns brought it by Kohut. Burns trying to go in the paint, and that's not going to go, but he's going to get fouled there.
Just a great job by Burns, able to use his size and weave through those defenders. That'll be Grizzard's second foul.
Yeah, great job there by Burns, just trying to use his body there, and he draws that foul there for the Marines, and he's going to be at the line for 2.
First one is up and good by Jerron Burns.
As Jerron's going to take his second one here.
Burns so far with 3 points on the night. 1 of 1 from the line. Second one is up and good. 4 points on the night for Burns.
Yeah, as you're saying that, Jerron Burns, who only has 3 points on the night, but I think he creates in other ways. He is one of those better defenders there on that defensive side of the ball. And you're going to see again there, stolen by Burns. Trying to find that transition pass down to Burns, but it does not go.
Nearly another Burns to Burns connection, but not able to corral there.
That's going to be Arias here, passing over to Kohut. And the ref's going to call time here for the clock. It's going to stop at 4:42.
Yeah, there's a little miscommunication there for the clock, as it'll be Arias inbounding it to Kohut in the backcourt with Burns awaiting him.
Kohut here trying to direct this offense. Guarded by Burns. Finds Grizzard. Sanderson here on the perimeter, the big center on the perimeter. Finds Kohut, the point guard. Kohut with a great move there. Finds Arias in the corner. And that's not going to go.
As Kohut was able to draw that foul down low there, as well as a substitution here, as Grizzard will be heading to the bench.
Yeah, it's going to be a foul there on the Marines. That's going to be a reach in there.
As Shu will be checking back in for the Marines, and so will Kanganis.
Yeah, Kohut here finds Sanderson. Sanderson just finds Kohut again. Kohut trying to make something happen here for this offense. Kohut finds Frank.
As it's Kohut.
Kohut here finds Seligman. Seligman the junior finds Arias. Arias trying to make something happen here, trying to jump into the paint, and that's not going to happen. And that's going to be a foul there onto the Marines. That's going to be a shooting foul there. And that's going to be 2 at the line for Ryan Arias.
As Arias with 8 on the night, looking to make it more, averaging 10.5 a game, 26 made free throws on the year, now up to 28, trying to make it 29 and 30. And the first one by Arias is up and no good.
Yeah, the junior out of St. Dom's coming in here last year and just providing a spark for that offense on the offensive side of the ball there.
There's just a replay of Arias able to push through and draw that contact.
The second one,
And that's good to go there. Arias is 1 for 2 on the line.
9 points on the night for Arias. 50% from the line, 50% from the field.
It's going to be Burns. Big screen there. Burns guarded by Sanderson. Burns kind of used that blow by speed. That's going to be a great rebound there by Sanderson.
As Seligman goes down there, as it looks like when Burns made contact is right when Seligman went down.
Yeah, and Seligman's going to take a big shot there, and he's going to go out on the ground. And Jared, so what have we seen so far in this third quarter from this Pirates team?
We've just seen the Pirates running the ball through Arias, and Arias getting his strong points. But we have not seen Adams getting the ball since, as it looks like Seligman took a shot there to the stomach, as he will come out of the game, and the Pirates will be bringing in Adams, as we have a fresh 5 here, as it's Frank, Michelle, Gallagher, Graff, and Adams. Pirates trying to spark something here with the 2 sophomores in.
Yeah, Michelle here. Guarded by McCartney. Finds Gallagher. Gallagher back to Michelle. Michelle with the shot. Graff trying to get the rebound. Graff and Gallagher both trying to get the rebound. Does not happen. And that's going to find McCartney in the corner. Back to Hayes. And that's not going to go there. Frank here. Over to Adams. Adams. Back to Michelle. Finds Gallagher on the wing. Gallagher trying to use that speed. Doesn't work there. Frank. And that's not going to go. That's going to go Marine's way.
As she fired up after another blocked shot, just looking stronger and stronger each possession. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks. He's doing everything he can tonight to make sure the Marines come out with the win.
I see McCartney there bringing up the ball. McCartney. Guarded by Michelle. You can see that Pirate switching to that zone defense there. Closed in there by Gallagher and Adams. Great rebound there by Frank. Frank's going to pass up to Adams. Adams to Gallagher. Gallagher. And that's not going to go. He's going to be fouled there.
And they'll call a blocking foul there.
On Kangingis. Is going to be called for the foul there. And that's going to be Gallagher at the line.
And that'll be the 3rd foul on him. First one by Gallagher, no good. And 4 fouls on the Marines so far, as they'll make a substitution here.
Gallagher here with a 2nd shot. And that's going to go.
As Gallagher gets on the score sheet for the first time tonight, as the Marines bring the ball into the front court.
McCartney off the pass. Kingigish. Trying to find something happen here for Shu. And that's not going to find anything happen. McCartney's going to step out of bounds, and that's going to go Pirates' way there.
And it'll be Frank inbound the ball to Michelle.
Michelle here. Guarded by McCartney.
As Blymer awaits checking in, as he's 3 of 3 from downtown when he comes back in the game.
Graff the pass to Frank. Finds Adams in the paint. And that's not going to go. Graff off the pump fake. Trying to find that ball again after loses it. And that's going to be a trial over there by the Pirates.
As Graff went down on one knee and came back up, which is not allowed and results in a travel. That'll be Kangansas checking out for Blymer.
And Brymer here off the inbound. Brymer over to McCartney, stolen by Frank there. Great defense there by the Pirates. Coughing the Marines off guard, and that's going to be Brymer again. And that's going to be called for the foul on the Marines. And that's going to be 2 shots as the Pirates are in the bonus.
And that'll be Blymer's 3rd foul here. Could be something to watch out for, as it'll be Frank's first 2 free throws of the game, trying to get on the board. As he is able to get on the board, the JV call-up with his first points of the game.
You have the sophomore here for this Pirate team. You have 2 sophomores on this team. You have Adams and him. And then Sparks here as of late for this team.
As we have a substitution here, as it'll be Hayes checking back in after Brimer picks up his 3rd foul.
And that's going to be McCartney here off the inbound to Hayes. McCartney here got out by Michelle. The Pirates are in that zone defense there, double teaming. As you see Michelle with a little weird jumps there. And you see McCartney here just trying to dribble out the clock, trying to waste as much clock as possible left in the 3rd quarter. Michelle. McCartney. McCartney just holding the ball. McCartney here. Trying to go up for the lay, and that's not going to go. And that's going to be rebounded by Hayes. Hayes on their offensive rebound. That's going to be a shot, and that's not going to go. Adams with the rebound there. Adams finds Frank, the 2 sophomore connection. Frank rushing on the court. Finds Graff in the corner. Graff with the 3, and that's not going to go. Gallagher trying to get off the rebound there. Rebounded by Hayes. Hayes with the shoe, and that's not going to go. Great transition bucket there by the Marines. Deep pass there by Hayes. All the way down to Shoe.
Yeah, shooting now with 15 points on the night.
And that's going to be Adams off the 3, and that's not going to go.
As it'll be Burns checking back in with 11 points so far on the night.
And that's going to be Burns checking in for Nunez there. And you see this replay of that transition pass all the way down to Shoe. You see Michelle off the pass to Gallagher. Gallagher almost in, and that's not going to go. Frank with a great offensive rebound there. Finds Gallagher again in the same spot, and that one's not going to go either. Frank with fighting for it again, and that's not going to go. It's McCartney here. Transition play here for the Marines. Finds Burns. Burns trying to slow the game down here. Burns just dribbling out the clock here. Burns guarded by Michelle, trying to get the last bucket here. 53 to 29 Marines. And that's going to be the Marines. That's going to be McCartney. McCartney's going to take the last shot, and that one's not going to go.
And at the end of 3 quarters here, Pirates trail 53-29, trying to pull off a big comeback down by this deficit, trying to use their strong players like Arias, maybe try and get Kohut going as he's been limited tonight.
Yeah, you're going to try to get that offensive going late in here. Try to maybe use those sophomores, maybe use those juniors, and maybe let them develop a little more.
Yeah, just ride Frank, and especially because he's been looking good on the defensive end. As now we're going to send it over to Haley Gardner.
Thanks, guys. I'm here on your 3rd quarter report. I mean, right now it's 59-23 Marines, and it's been a hard game so far for our Mepham Pirates. We've been working super hard trying to get back for them, but we'll see where this goes. I mean, we still have a whole entire quarter left to see who can win and turn over this game. That's all for me. I'm Haley Gardner, sending it back to our sportscasters for your 4th quarter.
Thanks, Haley. And we're getting ready for the 4th quarter here as we're starting. Teams breaking out of their huddles here.
Yeah, some of the key players to watch is going into this 4th quarter, Shoe's got 15, Burns has 11, and Hayes has 10. Just the Marines riding their 3 big guys to get their points.
Yeah, it's really dangerous players, and they have those same like consistent top scorers to just watch out for the whole time. As Adams checks into Michelle and to Gallagher, and he drives in out to McQuillan, back to McQuillan, and Michelle.
Stolen by Shoe there, and what a block there by Sanderson, but the Pirates not able to save it. As it'll be Marines ball down low, as it'll be Hayes inbounding it as the Marines drop their play. As getting ready to check in for the Marines is Boyle, who has been a threat from downtown this season with 17 threes, checking in for McCartney. As Shoe there, no good. Rebounded there by McQuillan.
McClellan takes it up to Adams.
Job, Joe.
And Adams driving in. And he loses it. He's got it back and out to Burns. Burns with it now. Burns driving in with a shot. No good. Burns still got it. And it's out on the Pirates.
Yeah, just a good defensive effort nonetheless from the Pirates, trying to fight for that ball.
Now Hayes. And turnover to Gallagher. Gallagher driving in to Adams. Adams back out to Gallagher. Sanderson.
And they'll call blocking foul there on Joe. And they'll say he flopped back instead of taking that blow. And it'll be Gallagher at the line shooting too. And here's just a replay of, you can see Joe did not have his position set, as Gallagher's first one is up and good there, as Frank will be checking in for Adams. And on the other side, Shu will be subbed out for someone. And Gallagher's second one is up and good, as Gallagher's now got 4 on the night.
And now Burns with it, taking it up, looking for an open pass. And out to Hayes. Back to Burns. Back to Hayes. Hayes looking for a shot. And it's good.
Yeah, just a great job by Hayes there. Now up to 12 points on the night. Just Hayes using his size, able to be a threat from all over, whether it's outside the arc or down low. As they'll call an illegal screen there on Sanderson, as it'll be Marine's ball. Sanderson's second foul here, as it's an inbound for the Marines.
Out to Hayes. Hayes with it now. To Burns. Burns looking for a shot. Joe with the rebound and the shot. And Michelle with the now. To Gallagher with the 3.
As Gallagher now with 7 on the night, as the senior is starting to find himself.
Gallagher with it now. Out to Fasano. To Michelle. Looking for a pass. And a shot. No good. Now Boyle. Out to Hayes. And a shot. No good. Gallagher with it. Michelle taking up for the Pirates.
As Butler getting ready to check back in. As they'll call another illegal screen on the Pirates, as Gallagher will check out for Sellerman. As Cracky now checking into the game for the Pirates, as he'll get his first minute.
And Burns taking it.
As it's Joe now with it. Joe fights with stolen by Gazard.
Taking it with speed and a shot, and it's in.
As Gazard able to get on the board tonight as he sinks his first shot.
Hayes to Boyle. Boyle with it, looking for a pass or a shot. Long Beach still keeping possession there. And turnover, back to Rizard. Missed shot to Burns. Burns taking it up. Burns with some force there. Really trying to get that in, but he was not able to do so.
As Cracky takes a hard fall there on his shoulder as he is in pain. And after a short game there, Cracky will exit the game with looks like a shoulder injury as Graff will check in as Cabra's waiting to check back in. And there's just a replay of that hard fall that Cracky took as Burns now at the line to shoot 2.
And first one's up and no good.
As Burns so far with 4 points on the night, averaging 7 on the year and 13 3-pointers.
Burns getting ready for his second one. It's up. No good. Out to Boyle. Just looking for an open pass. And the shot is no good. It's Fasano now for the Pirates, taking it up. Unable to find a pass there. And it's out of bounds.
Yeah, just Fasano there, trying to find an open man and just passed it to nobody, but it was tipped. As it'll be Cabra now in the game, inbounding it.
Cabra to Broussard. Really trying to keep it in. And they're gonna make a call against Graff. And
a substitution here as Burns will check out of this game for Keppelner.
Long Beach inbounding to Boyle. Boyle taking up. Over to Keppelner. Keppelner with it now. And unsuccessful pass there. And they're going to make a call against Long Beach.
As it'll be McQuillan inbounding the Cabra.
Cabra taking it up, looking for a pass to Grizzard. To McQuillan, Pisano, driving in, and a shot, and it's good. The layup there. And Keppelner taking it up for the Marines.
As it's Nunez getting ready to check back in for the Marines.
And the Marines taking it up. Out to Boyle. With the 3, and it's good. McQuillan taking up now for the Pirates.
Yes.
Out to Grizzard. To Cabra. To McQuillan again. McQuillan trying to get past this Long Beach defense. And they're gonna call a foul.
And that'll be Joe's second foul of the game, sending McQuillan to the line.
McQuillan with his first shot. It's up. No good.
And here's just a replay of a nifty finish there for Fasano.
McQuillan with his second. And it's up and good. Boyle with it now for the Marines. Taking it up. Driving in. And Nunez with it now. He tries to take a shot. But he's blocked by the Pirates defense.
As Nunez able to draw that foul on McQuillan.
Nunez now with a shot. And it's good.
As Nunez now on the board tonight as he's got his first points of the game.
Nunez with the second. And no good. Graff with it now, taking it up.
No foul.
Long pass to Cabra.
As Cabra gets fouled. As it looks like Mirage is getting ready to check in. As Cabra looking for his first point of the game here.
Cabra on the line. His first shot up. And it's good.
As Mirage is checking in for Glass.
Cabra now. The shot. It's good. Mirage now with it to Cabra. Cabra. Back to Mirage to McQuillan. And the three, no good. Pirates trying to keep it in.
And here's just a replay of that finish by Kepler over Mirage, able to weave through and around the defenders.
Julian, you all right? You all right?
McQuillan inbounding to Grizzard. Grizzard with it now. To Cabra. Cabra to McQuillan to Frischman. Frischman driving in. And Kepler now with it. And a shot. No good. Mirage. Out to McQuillan. McQuillan driving up the court. McQuillan out to Grizzard, to Frischman. Frischman driving in. But they're going to make a call.
Just a great shot there by Frischman, able to finish through the contact with the scoop shot. As Cladman are getting ready to check in, as Cladman will check in for McQuillan.
And Frischman with a shot. No good. And Boyle now with it, taking up for the Marines. Looking for a pass. Just getting around the defense of the Pirates. To Nunez. Nunez. Is Mirage trying to steal it there?
Yeah, just a great effort there by Mirage.
Now Kepler. And the shot is good. Cabra to Frischman. Frischman taking it up, driving in. Frischman with the shot, and it's good.
As Frischman now with 4 on the game.
Kepler now with it to Nunez. Nunez with a short pass. And now the Marines driving in with a shot, and it's good. Cabra making the short pass to Frischman. Frischman driving up with it. Just running out the clock, knowing there's not much they can do here. And that's the game.
The Pirates fall to 0-18, and the Marines move on to 8-10 and 5-7 in the conference.
Just an aggressive game all around by both sides. Just, working hard the whole time. Just Pirates not able to pull out with the win.
Yeah, Shu with 15, Bones with 11, Hayes with 12, Brymer with 9. Just plenty of great players here today.
Yeah, they really have their top scorers and just use those players to their advantage there.
Yeah, as the Pirates started off able to keep up with this Marines team, but then the Marines just took control. And now we're going to send it over to Haley with an interview.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with our BMB player of the game, Brody Shue from the Marines. So tonight you scored 15 points and had 4 rebounds. What does a win like this mean for your team?
I mean, it means a lot. We need all these wins coming up to make the playoffs. It's a very important game. This one's just a start. We've got 2 more on the road. We'll see what happens there.
Well, since it's towards the end of the season, what are you guys doing to prepare for playoffs?
Well, first we got to win the next 2 games, but I mean, staying as a team, you know, these guys all love each other. The chemistry's just great. I mean, being a part of a team like this is just awesome.
Well, thank you so much and good luck in the rest of your season. I'm Haley Gardner, sending it back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Haley, and congratulations to our BMB player of the game. What a game it was. Unfortunately, Mepham was not able to get their first win, but Long Beach will come out on top. The Marines with another win in their column, and the Pirates still looking for their first. For BMB, I've been Jake Mano.
And I've been Lucas Pangankar.
Lucas Pangankar, alongside Nikki Saracini, Jared Boxmeyer, and the rest of the BMB crew. Have a great night, everyone.